Hey guys, and welcome back to Rathlin Island. It is day 9, the last day of winter, and we have just had our hopefully last snowstorm. Look at the forecast here. You can see we got rain scheduled for tomorrow and warming temperatures. So we are just going to see if we can't clear the road here, and then we're going to see if we can't run over to the mainland. Because we've got some parking lots and other things to clear, and once we do that, we need to come back here, and we've got a couple loads of milk to get over there. Had some bad weather and have not really been able to get across the sound for a couple days, so our milk has kind of accumulated up, and we need to get it over there before it goes bad and we have to dump it all out. So that's kind of what we've got on board for today. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get this snow taken care of here on the road. Go ahead and run down to the BGA and take the clear the road down to there, come back up to the cow farm and clear a little bit of the road into there so that we can get the plow. And then we will head on over to the ferry and make our way over to the dock. I have to say, I am really looking forward to the start of spring. Tomorrow we're going to have our first day of spring, and the sheep are going to start pumping out that wool again. Well, they're going to start reproducing too, so kind of eager to see how many sheep do we get over the spring, the 9 days of spring. How close are we going to get to 1,000 sheep? How much wool is 1,000 sheep going to give us? For example, so only time will tell. I think if I'm remembering right, last spring we had about on average $50,000 worth of wool being produced every game day from our sheep, and that included, I think, about 5 pallets. So we were getting about $5,000 a 1,000 liters, and therefore we were getting about $10,000 per pallet, and we had about 5 pallets per game day being produced. So sheep are very, very profitable when you start having some pretty big volumes. Sheep, beyond the amount of hay that they consume, which the number of sheep, it's not that bad. I mean, we're talking about 30,000 liters or so of wool every 3 days during winter. We're going to be consuming less wool. Not less wool. We're going to be consuming less hay and grass once spring comes. So that won't be that big of a deal. Got plenty of hay still left over from last year, which is good. Yeah, this gritter mod is quite the godsend when it comes to clearing roads and everything. Go ahead and clear a path. The ferry. What the businesses were telling me across the sound, the town does a fairly good job of clearing the town roads, but the businesses are kind of on their own to get their parking areas and customer areas cleared off. They were wondering if we could come over and take care of that for them. Told them that wouldn't be a problem at all. Got a plow. Now we can come over and just kind of push the stuff out of the way. I hope you all liked the videos from last week. We kind of did a week of forestry last week. Yeah, some log work. Did just some general grinding up the stumps and cleaning things out. Then brought in the big boy, the big wood chipper, and chipped us up a fair bit of logs. I do have to say that at least the price of wood chips in winter was comparable to selling of logs. Got about the same amount of money in selling the logs as we did selling the wood chips. Now, during winter, wood chips are the highest price. That's when you can earn the most revenue from those wood chips. And the fact that we had a great demand was even better, so that we could sell as many wood chips as we could haul without losing the price. We're in a pretty good condition to not have to make a ton of trips across the sound in order to sell those logs. All right, I'm gonna drop the gritter here. Trying to drop the weight. Then we're going to back up here and pick up our plow blade. I don't think we're going to need a counterweight, but we'll just see. Got our smaller tractor here. Let's do a little snow clearing here and just kind of experiment and see how well this is going to work for us. It's working really nice. What we got supposed to go up and down. Tilting. That right? Think let's go up and down and that. Okay, so we do not have a angle adjustment. Shift the, oh wait, yeah we do. X, just push it. This and back up. So we have to push it, pick it up. Yes. Then we have Z. Oh, we don't want to do that. Then we have Z. There we go. We definitely don't want to push it. Like if we push it, it just kind of accumulates in the way. Let's clear this out of the way here. Pick that up out of the way. And head on over to the other side of Sound. Over to the mainland. Let's see if we can't get these parking lots cleared off for the dairy and for the grocery store. And for the dairy factory that produces our cheese and homogenized milk. We also need to clear that area so that we can come in and pick up our pallets. That should probably just about do us for the day. We'll need to come over here and clear out the BGA area and the 2 farmyards, but we'll probably need to do that tomorrow. Right. Here. Let's get going. Big question for me is, when are we going to have thawed ground? When are we going to be able to do some planting and some more field work with respect to fertilizing our grass fields? Got we got a high of 44 scheduled for tomorrow, and Thursday a high of 46. So I'm hoping that we will get out of the frozen ground condition by the second day of spring. That would be super nice. See that by the 4th and 5th day of spring, we are up in the 50s and everything. Now we do have 3 days of rain out of the next 7. That is also something to think about. And I'm thinking about bringing in an interesting mod to the game series here, the compaction mod. Started messing with it a little bit on Emerald Coast and everything, and I think I might bring it in here. Basically, the way it works, for those that haven't heard about the compaction mod, it's still work in progress, so it's not a released mod yet, and everything. So I would not really suggest it to be. It's not really suggested for active save games. Kind of running a risk here, but I do make regular backups of the save games. So in the event that this mod does do something weird and wonky to the fields, I can just pop in a backup of the save game folder, and we'll be back where we need to be. So get on in here. But the way this mod works is, you look here, you know, we got the need plowing state. Well, basically the way this works is, instead of the default operation of every 3 harvests you need to plow your fields, or you lose 10% of a yield bonus. Well, the way this works is that let's go ahead and clear this out of the way a bit. Is that various tractors and implements have a level of soil compaction that is attributed to their weight and their size and the kind of wheels that they have. So this tractor, well, both of our tractors probably would provide light soil compaction. It's based on what I've experienced with the mod so far. Things like the baler will either do light compaction or no compaction at all, and things like that. So head on in here and just work on our let's clear out the wool, just in case we have a need to sell wool here next little bit. And the way it works is, every time you drive over a field. All right, so let's change this. Here. So every time you drive over the field, you will get a particular level of compaction on the ground. So if you're using an implement that has light compaction, then you will get one layer of compaction on your field. And there are 4 layers, 4 levels of compaction. You have zero compaction, then you have light compaction, medium compaction, and heavy compaction. So the way I understand it is, if you drive over your field, say 3 times, with an implement that does light compaction, then the first time you drive over it, the field will be noted as having light compaction. Second time you drive over it, the field will be denoted as having medium compaction. And the third time you drive over the field, it will be denoted as having heavy compaction. Okay? And then various implements, various types of plows and cultivators will have a different effect on removing compaction, or I guess loosening up soils. So for example, I think a standard like cultivator would probably just remove one level of compaction. So if you used a cultivator on a field that had light compaction, then it would come back with medium compaction. If you run the cultivator over the field again, I don't think it will do anything. I don't think it will take it from medium to light. I think it basically would only remove one level. But again, I haven't really used it that much. To the middle now. See how that works. Just kind of push it. So good. It's full. Let's go over here. Let's hit this button. All right. So I'm going to give it a play and just kind of see how it works. I think the way it's going to work best is if I disable the need plowing. Like I said, I haven't really messed with it much, but I am looking probably to add it to this series. And when I do, I'll probably be adding it once we get into spring and we get out of the frozen ground thing. Then I'll have some more time playing with it on Emerald Coast, and I'll have a better idea of how it's working at that point. It is a work in progress, as I said. So, if you are interested in checking it out, and I think the best thing to do is basically you're going to have to go over to the Realimus GitHub and pull it up at that point. Let's drop this down. Just snow a little further out. Push this way. Back up here. It's over. Okay. So Alright, so that gets that area all cleared off. Back up here. See if we just can't do this a little bit. On the road. Let's pull on in here to the gas station and just get turned around. Gas station hasn't contacted us, so we're just going to pull through here. Next place we need to clean out here is the dairy. That's kind of the big one, is to get the dairy cleared out so that we can bring our milk over here and get it sold. If we don't get it sold here tonight, we are going to probably lose it. Don't want to lose the milk. All that effort to feed and take care of those cows, we do not want to. Definitely don't want to lose our milk. Pushing this off to the side. Have you all messed with or played with these snow plows? Snow plows are over at FSUK, and they came out during the FSUK modding mania contest. They seem to work really good. There's also a rear plow for you to kind of use to use back of the tractor, and I guess the way that one works is you kind of drive over the tractor over the you drive over the snow, and then you clear snow in behind you. Kind of how. This one obviously you push snow, clears it off to the side. Work pretty good. I've seen people put the front one in the front and the rear one in the back, and you kind of get a wider clearing doing it that way. But we didn't buy the other one. Just picked up the front one here. Change the angle. Chat here. Now we are going to need to that's what we want. Pile over there. Okay. Now, so what I'm doing is I'm using the Z and the X keys to change the angle of the plow blade. And in a straight configuration, it is basically just pushing the snow. And then I hit X, it's angling it, and apparently it's then just unloading. Let's straighten back out again. I want Z, I want to get it straight. push the snow here away from this door. Right. Now it's over here. It's kind of unloading itself. Now what we can do is we can push this. Kind of moves the whole pile. Push it enough, we can kind of coax it out of our way. Maybe. Up here. Up the plow. Can you tell I've never plowed snow in my life? But seems to be working. I know there's guys that have plow blades for their pickups, and they go out every winter and they have contracts to move snow from people's yards and not yards, but driveways and businesses and stuff and everything. And that's kind of what we're trying to emulate here. But I don't think I'm doing a very good job of it here. Again, maybe I'm doing the best I can with the game mechanics. Now we kind of need to clear the entrance so we can get out, get in here with our milk tank. Around here, and if we at it from this way, that angle, that righty. Add a little bit. Pass. Say we're gonna have snow here piled up maybe until next winter if we do this right. Been watching Mr. Sealy P videos on the Valley of the Old Farm, and it's pretty funny to watch his videos because he's in like autumn, and in autumn he's still getting still driving by snowbanks and piles of snow that he is when he moved the snow out of the way during his winter. He had a pretty harsh winter, so he kind of, it's not what so if that's the case, then we might be seeing snow banks into winter here where we're pushing all this snow up out of the way. Guess the only other thing to do would have been to guess if there's a way to move the snow entirely out of the way, maybe scoop it up and dump it into the sound. Maybe. to straight again. Almost got it. Almost got her here. Go back to 0. Push this out of the way. Okay. Oh. Alright. So that's pretty good. So go ahead and switch the angle on this. It's out of the way. More. See if we can't push this just straight a little bit. It's a little bit more room. And we'll see if we can't use this to load the rest of this blade. Alright, that's not too bad. That's pretty good for this area. I think we're gonna have some piles of snow are gonna be here all winter long, or all summer long. It'll be pretty funny to watch. Clear out the grocery store area a little bit so we can get in here with our cheese. Wide turn around here. See if we can't widen it out just a little bit more here. Looking pretty good. That, kind of getting the hang of it now. Back up. It on. Right. Here. Let's flip the angle of our blade. Shit. this way. I'm trying to accept snow here. Trying to push snow out of the way here. Right? Alright guys, so we're just going to continue to clear snow here into the afternoon hours. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please click the like button. Not a subscriber. What are you waiting on? We're not getting any younger here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That'd be super awesome. And let me know what you think of the video. What do you think of this mod? Have you used it? Is it cool? Not cool? What do you use besides the gritters to clear snow out of the way in your gameplay? If you're playing with seasons and you've had yourself a winter. In the time that I've played with seasons, I've had pretty mild winters, and really haven't had to deal much with snow. So I'm kind of happy to be able to be in a position where I need to clear the snow out of the way. I think we just buried a snow cart into a snowbank. The grocery store is going to be a while trying to dig that one out. I guess we kind of did what they do at my house all the time. Is the city comes by, and didn't go. Go too. Come on. Come on, you need to go because I can't get over there. You there. Back up. Come on. Come on. Right. What they do is they come through and they clear the road, but they end up pushing a whole bunch of snow up into our driveway. Thank you very much, city. Oh. I know you probably didn't realize that the reason that the driveway was clear is because I've already cleaned it. And I've already shoveled probably 5 or 10 feet into the road for you. And then you come by and just do your best to shove that snow right back up into our driveway. Thank you very much, buddy. Alright, so until next time, guys, happy farming.